Going on YouTube, Cloverbells here, back with another Scarlet Violet video, and today we're continuing on our collaboration series, and we've got Koraidon on the channel here today, but we've got friends with Koraidon. We've got Sandy Shocks, and we've got Umbreon, and with us, to help us with the squad, we've got Sam here from NAIC. So Sam, would you like to say hello to our viewers and tell us a little bit about your VGC background and what you did with this particular squad here?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Sam. I'm a VGC player from the Boston, New England area. I've been playing VGC. This is my first full competitive season. I've been playing since online Sword and Shield, all those Players Cups and whatnot. But this is the first year I've really been kind of trying to go to events, and I've been having a lot of fun, meeting a lot of new people, and was able to qualify for Worlds this year with my NAIC performance. So really excited about that. And yeah, I did so on the back of this Koraidon team, based around obviously Koraidon's sunsetting ability. And yeah, as you mentioned, you've got a Sandy Shocks on your screen. We'll get to it a little bit later in the team building process, but that was actually the last Mon that I added. Originally, that slot was a Walking Wake, just trying to throw out some big life orb damage, be another threat into Incineroar. But the defensive typing Sandy Shocks provides, the kind of additional coverage, really ended up being a better fit for this team. So hopefully in our battles today, we'll get to come to a few where I can bring it and show what it does.
Awesome, awesome. Now, I will just take a wild guess here, but is the Sandy Shocks with that ground electric typing, is this for Miraidon?
Absolutely, yeah. I'd say it's big into three matchups. Two that you would probably guess. It's great into Miraidon, as you mentioned. Between Sandy Shocks, Rillaboom, and Flutter Mane, this team is pretty good into a lot of Miraidon compositions. It's also good into Zamazenta with the Protosynthesis boost. It'll outspeed it, threaten it with a super effective Earth Power. And then, funnily enough, it's also one of my brings into a lot of Kyogre builds. Specifically for Tornadus, you can see the team doesn't have a lot of great damage into Torn, especially if it's a Rain Dance variant. But the Sandy Shocks, as you'll see later, is Terra Water. It's got Volt Switch, so I can put a lot of pressure on Tornadus, make it really think twice about staying in and setting that Tailwind. And then with the Terra Water, it can take some hits from Kyogre, pivot out, bring the Sun in, do all that kind of stuff. So those are the three kind of matchups that I brought Sandy Shocks with.
All right. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Listen, we love niche mons on the channel. This is why we've got you here. So hopefully we can showcase some cool stuff with the Sandy Shocks and even the Umbreon over here. So ladies and gentlemen, you know how this goes. Sam is going to call all the shots. I'm just going to click the shiny button. So without further ado, let's just go straight into the ranked battles. Oh, this is the standard Clefairy Calyrex team. No Raging Bolt. I'm sorry, no Tornadus. There's a Raging Bolt in its place.
Yeah, the biggest question with these is what item the Calyrex has.
Is it Covert?
Because that really impacts how you want to slow it down with the Umbreon. You definitely bring Umbreon to these games.
But do you lead it?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to bringing Sandy Shocks for the content here. Given that it's solid against what's probably a Water Urshifu, Raging Bolt, and an Incineroar. Really pride on Umbreon into these. I like getting that flame charge up, and if they do have fake out pressure, then the Umbreon's good at kind of avoiding that. Rillaboom's kind of excellent just as another tank. And then, I mean, normally I bring Flutter Mane, but I'm not against bringing the shocks here just for the content, So let's let's do it.
All right, we'll do it. We'll lock it in here
for the content.
Let's see what Adam's got here.
I think we'll force the Calyrex to Terra anyways. Normally the
Draining Kiss
Koraidon makes them. Yeah, exactly. Normally the Flutter makes them Terra right away if they don't want to just get outsped and Shadow Balled. But Sandy Shocks has its own threatening presence on its own.
There it is.
So,
Clefairy,
look at those
Calyrex.
two. I recognize that. So first order of business is to get the speed boost with Flame Charge. So let's Terra Flame Charge into the Calyrex plot, and I think we got a yawn into the Calyrex as well. I don't think they can really punish us by protecting the Calyrex and doing something with Clefairy, unless it's got like Sing or something random like that. And yeah,
that is us.
Here's our Terra.
Right.
Yeah.
Koraidon.
I guess they don't Terra the Calyrex really well.
So could be a couple things. Could be Helping Hand. It could be Sing. It could be just Follow Me here. There's the Follow Me.
Yeah. I'm just going into this battle assuming that it's going to be Clover Cloak.
All Mine,
just because that's what we do. All Mind is better for us. I'm glad they don't have that like nasty plot threat. You know what I'm saying? So let's get this Flame Charge up.
All right, so
this should do over half of the Clefairy because we're so darn strong. Maybe not. It's really good death. That's all right.
But we do get a Yawn on the Clef.
Get the Yawn off. So this turn, let's Flare Blitz and Yawn into the Cali. That's actually, I take that back. Let's Protect and Yawn into the Cali.
Ooh.
That way, kind of punishes the Clefairy. You know, if the Clefairy stays on the field, it's going to fall asleep.
My question for you is,
there.
if he clicks the Draining Kiss into Umbreon, do we care?
No. Umbreon is specifically designed to survive those attacks.
Okay.
It lives a +2 Draining Kiss from Terra Fairy, very comfortably.
Oh,
which
there's
means
the swap.
that I think there's the swap, which means that I'm pretty sure it lives a +1, even if there would have been a Helping Hand involved, which I don't think there is.
Okay, so no Intimidate, of course, because we have Inner Focus and a Clear Amulet. All right, and he can't Will-O-Wisp us because we are Terrifier.
Correct.
Okay. Oh!
There's the Protection Cali. Okay.
I see.
I'm totally fine with that.
Got Fake Out Pressure now.
Yep, Fake Out Pressure. I don't really care. I think we play this defensively. I think we switch out the Koraidon into the... I think we switch out... Yeah, let's switch out the Koraidon into the Incineroar. Or into the Rillaboom. Sorry, I saw Incineroar and just thought that. And let's keep spamming Yawn. That's how we... that's how you make Calyrex really annoyed.
Get it off the field here. So we are going to switch.
Exactly.
Okay, and we are going to go into the Rillaboom here. You know Fake Out's coming into that slot because he wants that thing gone. And he
and I
wants to
protected
hit
the
it.
turn before, so I don't have the option. And you can't Fake Out the Umbreon because I've got that Inner Focus. You know, this lack of... it's fine with that. This lack of... look at that. Look at that. Look at us eat. Lack of Terra is really surprising me because I could just Foul Play this thing and it would just go down.
He's got a choice to make now.
Nope,
do you want the Rillaboom KO, quote unquote, or do you want to go, you know?
Well, if the Rillaboom gets KO'd, then the Calyrex falls asleep. So let's U-turn with the Rillaboom. We'll U-turn into the Calyrex slot, although I guess it doesn't really matter. And let's also... So the Umbreon... The Incin might switch out for the Umbreon. Like, they might try to do a little swap play. So let's Foul Play into the Incin slot just to try to be a little cheeky. Worst comes to worst, we get some chip. So Foul Play into the Incin and U-turn into the Cali.
Okay. No.
They just go for it.
Yeah.
Fine by me. Fine by me.
Rillaboom gets KO, but the Calyrex goes to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what happens after that.
Right there. Yep.
Okay, Parting Shot.
Here's the Parting Shot.
He wants the Clefairy.
We might see the Clefairy here, but that's okay.
Oh no, you're seeing the Clefairy. He's not gonna let his Calyrex die to a Dark type here.
Nope.
Okay, now the question is, if it is Clef, do we want to stack more Flame Charge boosts against? And it is Clefairy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we... Well, the Foul Play won't do anything into it, annoyingly. So it's still out of the range of another Flame Charge. I like the... Again, we just target the Calyrex. I think we... Let's Flame Charge it. Flame Charge the Calyrex, I should say.
Yeah, force the Clefairy to click Follow Me.
Force him to click Follow Me. And let's Snarl. Now we're in a position where we can see whether or not they have the Clear Amulet. And worst comes to worst, Snarl should break any Sash that the Calyrex might have. Moonlight would be cool, but I don't think I need it yet. I don't need that healing. There's the Follow Me,
as you said. All right, so Koraidon might be able to pick up this KO here. Let's see if we can. Maybe that might have been a roll. Maybe we can.
Maybe it was a low roll before. Yep.
Yeah, favorable
if
roll.
we get that high roll, that would be pretty nice here.
Come on, Koraidon.
Or even just put it in range of Snarl. Not
Right.
quite. I don't think it lives a Snarl either.
Let's see. We do Snarl.
But we'll
If we
check
do
the.
KO.
Oh,
Umbreon
we
picks it
took
up.
it out. Nice.
Wow, that's great.
Okay, let's see if it drops. Let's see if it drops.
Crit might have mattered.
No drop. Okay.
Yeah, no drop.
No drop. That's
confirmed.
fine. Yep. So that's going to be Covert Cloak probably.
Yep.
The fact that the sun fades is kind of annoying there. Here comes the Incineroar. I think we just have to protect to avoid the fake out pressure, and let's foul play into the Calyrex just to make it a put it into Flare Blitz range. I just need one more turn of sleep on that thing, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, if he wants to
and
Terra
if they
now,
get really greedy, don't Terra and they don't wake up, then foul play should just take it out.
oh baby, he's going for it. And you listen, I think he stays asleep here. There it is.
Yeah, we'll take those. We take those.
Here we go,
Here comes the foul
Umbreon.
play. They added. They've been really.
Oh, it lives
really
on
avoiding
one.
that. I don't mind.
Umbreon,
don't
not
mind at all.
enough. The bulk.
No, that's fine. Let's. Can you see what they have in the back? You just press the plus there.
Sure.
Okay, let's.
I mean,
part of me wants to take out the Incin, but that's a little bit greedy.
nah,
You know
we
what?
got
Let's
Sandy
just
Shocks.
collision course the Incin. That's true. We got the Shocks. Let's collision course the Incin. Well, they could always Terra Draining Kiss. That's the last thing you want. I think we can just Flare Blitz the Calyrex,
Yep.
and let's go for a Moonlight to get back to full.
A little bit of healing, of course. Oh, he did wake
There's
up.
the wake up.
All right, and he does click protect.
It's not going to get them anywhere.
Okay, so 1 turn, no, 2 turn sleep. Right, but
2 turn
again,
sleep. That's about all you can expect.
there's a parting shot into
Parting
the
shot.
Umbreon.
That's not going to matter.
All right, now we get to see the last mon, quote unquote.
Yeah, we'll see if it's Rillaboom. That would be annoying, but
Another fake out, right? Still. It is Rillaboom.
it is Rillaboom. Okay.
Wow. Okay. They bought all the fake
Yeah,
out
really,
boys.
really going for this. Yeah.
But we outspeed it. And he does have
Let's
fake
speed
out,
it,
though.
which is big.
He might go for the
So I wouldn't be
Calyrex
surprised
now.
here.
Let's see.
I wouldn't be surprised here if you get that kind of Terra Draining Kiss action. So they're definitely going to Terra Fairy at some point. So I would protect here. Actually, you know what? Let's double target the Calyrex with Flare Blitz and Yawn. That way, if he Terra's Draining Kick, then this should cover our bases here. Because if he Terra Draining Kisses, Koraidon doesn't take any damage. It's Yawn the Calyrex.
Now, here's the thing.
Barrages.
I'm just thinking, look, he fakes out the Koraidon here. Then the Calyrex goes again.
Yep.
And then he Draining Kisses the Umbreon. And you're saying we live it, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he's at +2 right now, which makes it a little sketchier, but we still definitely
Oh,
eat
wow.
it. And he doesn't even fake out.
Wow,
He got way too greedy.
That is, I'm surprised.
That's
There's no way you do that. How? You got to fake out the Koraidon. You know we outspeed it. That's a misplay.
Yeah, maybe they forgot about our Flame Charge boost, but you know what? I'm not going to complain.
Wow.
A lot of these... oh, and this is perfect.
Wow.
This is perfect because now we get that Yawn to stick on the Incineroar, and then we just get to protect.
Yeah, I'm very shocked about that play because to me, you just easily fake out the Koraidon or give yourself a chance, and a little Draining Kiss, get back some health.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I expected. But if they did that, they would have gotten Yawned, and then
better than that play.
then we can position around. Yeah, better than that play, that's for sure.
All right,
So then we can just safely protect Koraidon. And, we brought Shocks for the content. Let's try to get it to pick up this last KO on the Incin. So let's protect with the Koraidon here. We'll Moonlight, or let's Foul Play into the Rilla just for a little chip. But they'll probably take out the Umbreon this turn.
Do it. Battle was canceled. We're not even going to get a chance. Umbreon was too force. All baby screens. Zamazenta with Annihilape, Amoongus, Urshifu. And look at that name. Exclamation mark ×5. Remember Annihilape, Choice Scarf, Coaching, Final Gambit is a play.
Yes. Okay, so I think I think we lead Gholdengo.
Okay.
And I think we lead... I don't hate leading Koraidon here. This threatens the Urshifu. If they're a Dark Urshifu, we can threaten some damage on it. If they are not, then we bring out the Sun to weaken the Surging Strikes. This time, I think let's bring Flutter Mane in the back. And then we'll bring Rillaboom in the back. I think this is also a Gholdengo game. As much as I love to bring Sandy Shocks against this Zamazenta team, I don't think I can justify it. Given that they have the Chien-Pao. Sandy Shocks doesn't love going up against that. But the other question with these Chien-Pao teams is whether or not they have a dark move that's not Sucker Punch. We got Zama Snarl here. This is a nasty plot waiting to happen. You never know with Grimmsnarl what they're going to do. They usually like some sort of way of messing with your restricted. Let's get this plot up here. And then I worry about like a Thunder Wave, but I think they got to set a screen of some sort.
They do.
So I don't mind going for like a... I don't know if I want a Terra either, but that leaves me open to a possible Spirit Break. This is why I don't love CTS in these formats, just because you never really know what stuff like Grimmsnarl is going to run. Honestly, I think the safest play is to switch out into Rillaboom, and set some fake out pressure for next turn, and leave Koraidon in its base typing and come back in later if need be. I don't mind consuming the Grassy Seed here, just because it'll help us if the Zama has something weird like Crunch.
My question now is, after this nasty plot setup, are we clicking Make It Rain, or do you want to Shadow Ball the Zamazenta here?
I like Shadow Balling the Zamazenta, honestly. I think it's good damage.
Of course, Terra.
And yeah, here comes a Terra. So maybe this will change what our plan is next turn. It's the Zama. We want to get away from that collision force. It's Terra fighting. Oh, this is for big body presses.
Rillaboom, nice knowing.
This is also really good for our Flutter Mane. Really good for our Flutter Mane.
There's the Reflect.
There's the Reflect. I wonder if Terra fighting body press KOs the Rillaboom.
I think it does.
I doubt it.
I
doubt it.
You doubt it? I say yes.
We're really defensive. No shot. No shot.
Wow. Rillaboom ate it. Mostly. Okay, nasty plot.
We take those.
We're +2.
All right, now we make it rain. If they have Wide Guard, then they're not using Body Press. And let's U-turn. Actually, well,
Fake out?
No, let's. No. Oh, actually, I like that. My other consideration is hard switch into Flutter. I think they're gonna have to light screen with the Grimmsnarl. Let's hard switch into Flutter. We'll preserve our Rillaboom's health in case we need it for later. Either reset the terrain, give us some fake out pressure later in the game, something like that.
Okay. All right, we're gonna try and bait the body press here from the Koraidon here. Let's see. I'm sorry, the Zamazenta. And we do have a sass on the Flutter, so even if he goes for a steel move, that's okay with us. Wide Guard, there it is.
They do. Okay,
wow.
I'm fine with that, honestly.
Okay.
And we'll see if he sets up light screen or something.
No.
Oh, jeez. Okay, this is fine. And we also now we don't get the Spadef drop, so we can protect with the Flutter Mane, and let's nasty plot again with the Gholdengo.
Ooh. Got some
We're gonna
nasty
get. I mean, if they want to stack. They want to stack defense, we can stack offense ourselves. So let's nasty plot. Let's protect.
I like it.
See what they want to do.
Now what does he do?
And I mean, they can only if they want to click Wide Guard with the Zama, they can click it. I knew that was coming.
There's your Thunder Wave.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now what does
Don't
he have?
let him do that.
Snarl!
Are you serious?
Yep. Wide Guard, Snarl, body press.
Snarl, and Wide Guard.
That means
what's their last move? Protect?
I think so.
So that means they can't hit the. That means they can't hit the Flutter Mane. Okay, so I think here let's make it rain, and let's Moonblast the Zom. And if they wanna get cheeky and try to like Snarl or lower output. If they click Wide Guard, they can't click Snarl, and that's the key. Exactly. Thunder Wave is annoying, but will live, and they didn't Wide Guard here, so this Make It Rain is going to be coming out strong.
Their stash is broken.
Snarl will break the stash.
All we have to do is not get parried. Do you believe?
Yeah,
there it is.
I do believe.
All right,
this is going to do next to nothing, which is crazy, but
Make it rain. We'll do a little bit more.
Okay,
Grimmsnarl
good.
dropping.
Grimmsnarl's out of here. So now they can't para the. They cannot para the Koraidon in the back, which is key.
Okay.
That Moonblast damage was crazy.
Not
Did,
quite back to full health yet, but he can't hit the Flutter, as we established, unless he gives up.
Exactly,
attack,
can't hit the Flutter.
What is this?
Ooh. Chien-Pao. Okay. So I'm gonna be annoying here. I'm gonna say, can you check the terrain, the terrain status right now?
Sure. We got one turn of Grassy.
One turn of each. Perfect.
One turn of
I love that. Let's nasty plot with the Gholdengo. I think he doesn't have. I'm gonna say he doesn't have Throat Chop.
Okay.
And let's protect with the Flutter. Let's get our Sash back.
I like this play. I like trying to get it back. So we get it off. We do get our Sash. Okay.
Yep.
And Chien-Pao did go for
nice.
the Sucker Punch.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
There's the Body Press.
Body Press? What is he trying to read into it? Terra
Nothing. He just has nothing else. All right. There's a nasty plot. He's got nasty ideas. Two Ghost type in front of a Fighting type.
They're thinking him up. No Sunlight, no Proto, no Grassy terrain. Well, we'll get a little healing back, but...
Okay, we are back to full on our Flutter with the Sash. Yep. Okay.
All right, so why don't we... Let's...
+4.
Kind of tired of this Zamazenta. Let's Shadow Ball it.
Okay.
Or actually, let's make it rain. Let's make it rain, because that forced him to click Wide Guard.
Okay.
And then let's Moonblast the Chien-Pao.
Okay, we'll bring it down to Sash.
I don't care if he clicks Sucker. He's going to see the power of...
no Wide Guard. Oh!
Note the lack of Wide Guard. That is what matters here.
That's crazy. All right. Snarl!
I mean, you want to do that? You can do it. You can do it. Be my guest.
Okay,
Still take him down to Sash.
And we do get rid of the Zamazenta here, which is great. And we do have Rillaboom and Sandy Shocks still here. There it is.
Great. Oh, yeah. Sash. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see.
Chien-Pao is trapped in here. We took out 2 Mons. He does still have quote-unquote screen slash, you know.
Yeah. Who's... I'm trying to remember who the last Mons are. That informs whether I want to bring out the Koraidon or the Rillaboom here. Rillaboom honestly just makes Chien-Pao's life miserable right now. So I don't mind bringing it out. Because Grassy Glide pressure, yeah. And this turn we have Fake Out pressure, and they do not have Terra Ghost available to them, even if they have it. Urshifu, and it's Urshifu Water. That is what I love to see. So let's Fake Out the Chien-Pao. Or hold on, there's no Sun right now. Okay, since there's no Sun, let's actually no. You know what? Let's double the Ursh. Let's Fake it out and let's Shadow Ball it because Rillaboom or Gholdengo lives a sucker, like no question. So let's Fake out. A lot of Urshifus are Scarf. I wouldn't be surprised if this one is as well. And, yeah, so put that out too. So I don't mind that one bit.
Oh, double!
Protect, fine.
No
I
Scarf.
do not mind that either. No Scarf. Good to know. That's really good to know.
The information.
Yeah, so
now you
that tells us
clean up.
We just have to avoid being double KO'd here. Yeah. So let's Grassy Glide the Chien-Pao.
Oh, he has to go for the double. He might get it, but you know.
That way. Yeah. So he could also try to Sucker the Rillaboom. But if he does Sucker the Rillaboom and take it out, and I think Gholdengo still eats any. It still eats Surging Strikes. So let's Shadow Ball the Ursh and let's Grassy Glide the Chien-Pao.
Yeah. And again, we still have Terra available if you want to use it.
Yeah, I want to save it for Koraidon in this position. I think we can save the Terra one more turn.
Okay. We're gonna glide the Chien-Pao, yeah.
Glide the Chien-Pao. Yep, that looks good to me.
He has to do it.
I think he's got a Sucker.
Oh,
we eat that because we've got all the physical defense in the world, and that should be game because now it doesn't have the Sword of Ruin anymore. Surging Strikes isn't going to come close to picking up this Gholdengo, and didn't even have to use our Koraidon. So how about that?
The crit. Another crit.
Yeah, you know, if Sword of Ruin was still active, that actually may have taken it out. But then we would have been able to bring Koraidon in and really,
Life Orb.
You know, really accentuated the pace of this game.
Like for Urshifu,
That should do it. Oh no, I guess not.
Yeah, he's bulky.
Bulky. Alright, well, just click Glide and Shadow Ball into it. This game's over.
Yep. Alright, GG's to our opponent, man. He did his best. This guy was top 700, but not enough for the likes.
Yeah, that was a really bulky team. That was that Grimmsnarl screens that had the Thunder Wave. I still wonder what the attack was. That would have... wonder if it was Foul Play, Spirit Break, something like that.
It was Spirit Break. He clicked it.
Oh, you did click.
Alright, this is as standard of a Calyrex-Ice Rider team as it gets. We got Harry.
Okay. Yeah, I faced this multiple times in day 2. And this Urshifu is, if it's the same version that I was seeing, it's Dark Urshifu, which actually gives my team a lot more trouble. The way I'd usually like to play Calyrex is run my Gholdengo mode. This is what the Grassy Seed is for. It really makes Incineroar and Amoongus and the Calyrex not do too much. So let's try that out. We're going to lead the Gholdengo and the Rillaboom. Okay. We'll bring the Koraidon in the back, and we'll bring the Umbreon in the back. Now, where this could go wrong and where a lot of good players kind of adjust to this team is they will they'll bring the Raging Bolt, and that can give the team a little bit of an issue, especially if I use the Terra on the Gholdengo. So I'll kind of have to play around that. We'll feel out how this opponent works, and I'll definitely talk more about that in the team building section. Some of the adjustments I wish I made, but this is kind of a good rundown for how I want to approach the Calyrex matchup, which is definitely one of the weakest for just about any Koraidon team. I saw actually there was a post going out recently with all the matchup data with all the restricteds.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Koraidon into Calyrex had like 40% or even lower than that maybe. So I do kind of like the tools that this team has against Cali. We'll see how this person plays it. And we'll see which Urshifu
There's the water.
Is.
It
water.
has to be the water because there's a Pelipper there.
I love it.
Yeah. All right.
I love it, yeah. Okay. So we got the Grassy Surge, the Grassy Seed. Also, this means they have Calyrex on the back, and they probably don't have... well, actually, I don't know if I can say that for sure. We'll see what they got here.
I don't think you bring Pelipper. Well, so, you might bring Pelipper here, right? Just because to take away Koraidon's weather.
You might bring, and if you bring Pelipper, then we're golden. So what I don't mind doing is I like to use the Fake Out right away. The other question is what the last move on the Incineroar is. It's kind of hard to tell usually. I would Fake Out, honestly. I might even Fake Out the Urshifu and go for Terra Water Nasty Plot.
Okay.
On the,
I will make this play.
Because
some of them, they might go for the Terra Ghost coaching if they are Scarf, but I will make this play.
Yeah, that's possible, but we're faking out the Urshifu, so the coaching won't go off. And then the best part about this Terra Water Rillaboom, or this Terra Water Gholdengo, is it really doesn't care about the Incineroar.
Oh no, well, yes. I meant the Urshifu has the Terra Ghost. All right, so he did bring the Pelipper.
The Urshifu is the Terra Ghost.
Yeah, expected. Okay, so here's the Pelipper. Yep. He does have the rain.
They did go for Terra Ghost.
Yeah, they did. That's us though.
That's us. Sorry.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Yeah. All right, Terra Water Gholdengo up here. Okay. What will Incineroar decide to do? He might go for the knockoff here. He might just go for a Flare Blitz, maybe a parting shot. A little bit of chip on the Pelipper. If it was Sash, it is Sash no more. Nasty Plot comes out from our Gholdengo, going to +2 here. What will the Incineroar decide to do? It is going to be straight knockoff. Okay. There goes.
I love it. This is Grassy Seed Gholdengo at its finest, taking nothing from knockoff, doesn't care about Flare Blitz or anything the Incineroar does. Let's go for a U-turn into the Incin on the Rillaboom, and we'll talk about this EV spread later, but I am guaranteed to be faster than any non-timid Pelipper, so let's just launch a Shadow Ball into it and get our weather control up.
Yeah, I want to see the wide guard here. Nah, he knows.
I would love to see a wide guard.
He knows. We can't
I don't think it will do anything.
Yeah. We can't.
Make it rain.
With Weather Ball? No, I don't think so.
Doesn't even matter. We outspeed the Pelipper no matter what, and this Shadow Ball is going to be a KO. So the Incineroar is not doing anything. So I really like our position right there.
All right, we do outspeed, as you said. Shadow Ball going out into the Pelipper. +2 Shadow Ball does KO the Pelipper. Thanks for coming. Bird down instead of bird up. Okay, here we go. You turn into the Incin. All right.
All right. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if... so he's either, I think, he's either going to Parting Shot or he's going to Will-O-Wisp. I I'm actually, worst case scenario, Koraidon takes a Will-O-Wisp. I'm okay with that. I think that getting the sun up is the most important thing we can do here. Gholdengo's already set up to just be a complete menace in this game.
Yeah.
And if he tries to parting shot the Koraidon, it's going to fail.
I don't think he's going to do that into
right
Rillaboom. I think he's just going to try and do something here. Maybe another knockoff. I don't think Will-O-Wisp does that. Yeah, there is the parting shot here. So, he doesn't know what Gholdengo does. Oh, that's beautiful. All right.
Yeah, that's like I said, Gholdengo's just going to put on an absolute masterclass right here. I don't think there's much this opponent can do.
No, there's the Calyrex.
We're in a great position right now. Here's the Calyrex, so
no Trick Room.
All right, no Trick Room. Let's double this Incineroar here with Collision Course and Shadow Ball. If he switches out, then the Urshifu goes down. If he drops the Collision Course, the Shadow Ball gets redirected, and if he stays in, so Color Frame Terra. Yep.
Or he just cancels.
Or he just cancels the battle right there.
Yes, sir.
That'd be great.
Oh my God, it's Ryan, and he's got. Is that a Scrafty? It is a Scrafty. Oh boy.
Scrafty. Yep. Oh, if there's a Chi-Yu, there's an Urshifu. This one is probably Urshifu Dark. Well, actually, I don't know if I can say that for sure. Okay, what do we do here? This might actually be a Sandy Shocks game. I don't hate leading just Koraidon Sandy Shocks right out the gate. I definitely want to bring Umbreon to really threaten that Calyrex, especially under Trick Room. And I don't think Gholdengo can do much here. They've got a Chi-Yu. They've got a Scrafty. I think as tough as it is to not bring another Glacial Land switch in, I think I'm going to have to bring Rillaboom. So let's do Koraidon and Shocks in the lead. And then we'll bring Umbreon and Rillaboom in the back. We're definitely going to be terraing one of our 3 Ice Weeks because we're going to need to resist Glacial Lance a little bit. But I think we can put enough offensive pressure on. Yeah, let's see what Ryan brings here. This will be a fun one.
Absolutely. All right. And if he is streaming, which I think he is, we're going to say hello in a bit. But let's see if we can get a little win here on ladder from Ryan. I don't think I've ever played him or run into him, so this is a first. But yeah, here we go.
I've never played him at any tournaments. I've sat kind of close to him at some tables.
Okay.
Raging Bolt
Scrafty.
Okay.
Make out pressure. Intimidate is online, but what else does he have with it? Okay. Okay, so we're gonna get our boost, right? We're gonna be fast, and so will the Raging Bolt. Let's see what this is. Special attack, I would imagine. Yes, it is. Okay. All right.
All right. Now the question here is what this Raging Bolt item is. I'm guessing it's going to be more of a booster energy. I think you put the Assault Vest on Scrafty, which makes me think it's either going to be 3 attacks or it's going to have a Calm Mind. Not really knowing what the Raging Bolt set is make the play difficult. I wouldn't mind switching Koraidon out into Rillaboom and throwing out a Protect Sandy Shocks. We need to save the Koraidon for later in the game. Right now, Sandy Shocks is definitely exerting pressure on the Raging Bolt. I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan takes it out.
See what he decides to do. He might even just go greedy and go for the straight Draco Meteor into the Koraidon slot. Okay.
That wouldn't surprise me either. That's why I want Rillaboom to come and take this hit. Rillaboom's just here to be a pivot. It's not taking too much damage from anything, really. We'll also see if this is more of a Calm Mind type thing. Yeah, there's the Fake Out. And we'll see if... I feel like either a Draco into the Koraidon slot or a Calm Mind is coming up.
There's the Draco.
Here we go. We take those. We take those.
Okay, what's our next play? We have Fake Out on the...
All right, I think we double the Scrafty, honestly. Let's U-turn into it and let's Earth Power into it. This Raging Bolt's not going to be too much of a threat right now. I mean, Scrafty's a kind of a tank. We'll see. This will also let us know if it has the Assault Vest or not. Kind of getting this Earth Power damage. Freed.
Oh,
that is. I think that is Assault Vest.
Absolutely.
Assault Vest for taking. Let's U-turn. Let's get the Koraidon back on the field here.
-2 Draco Meteor.
So I don't think,
but we'll see.
I'm not too. I know he's got the Proto boost, but I feel like I'm not too worried. He might Draco the Sandy Shocks, but I think we make it out this turn alive, and then we can really exert some offensive pressure.
Okay, it is just going to be a straight
The
volt switch here.
Oh, okay.
Good pivot.
All right, that's fine.
All right, no Life Orb chip, so.
Not at all.
Okay, the question now is what did the Scrafty do? But first, let's see what he comes in with.
Yeah.
It is the Calyrex.
Here's the Calyrex.
Okay.
As one.
And it is going to be knockoff.
Knockoff. Okay.
Oh, critical hit.
Crit. Okay.
There's our Life
All
Orb.
right. Whatever. Okay. So I think we need to. Here's where we start really exerting pressure with Koraidon. I think we Terra the thing.
Okay.
And I wouldn't mind launching a Flare Blitz into the Calyrex. You want to check his team comp real quick? I'm gonna try to predict what Terra this Calyrex has.
He's got the Raging Bolt in the back. I don't think you have.
Got the Raging Bolt in the back. No. Let's. I don't think it's Terra Water. So let's double it. Scrafty. One of the disadvantages with Scrafty instead of Incineroar is you don't have a pivoting move. So you have to raw switch out if you want to, reapply any momentum. So let's Earth Power the Calyrex too. If we can get this thing out of here.
Oh, he's switching it.
If he protects, we don't really care. He gets the switch, but whatever.
It's Amoongus.
The Amoongus coming in.
That means protect and maybe redirect and Trick Room next turn, I'd imagine. We'll see.
I would imagine that as well. So this is our Terra, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, here's the Koraidon.
So if he protects and then he has the Amoongus now, what's our next play?
So protect the Amoongus. Next play, we're going to Volt Switch into the... okay, there's protect. Fine. This next play, we're going to Volt Switch into the Calyrex, and we're going to Flare Blitz into the Amoongus. We got to get a Terra out of something here. Yeah, I mean, he might not Terra. He might just live with the... The other question is what the Amoongus spread is. If it's especially defensive, a Flame Charge actually KOs it, unless it Terras, which is pretty funny.
Grassy terrain.
But I think we can be safe with the Flare Blitz. Let's target the Amoongus. I don't want to go to sleep. And let's Volt Switch into the Calyrex, and we're going to bring in the Umbreon.
Okay. All right, there's the Rage Powder.
Yeah, there's the Rage Powder.
No Terra comes out here.
I'm sure Trick Room's coming up. Yep.
Okay, so we're going to Yeet Switch. All right, a little bit of chip. All right,
here comes the Umbreon.
Yep. And what's cool is we can potentially yawn. We can do a lot of things.
Yes, correct. So the Amoongus is going to go down here. I almost wish I Flame Charged just so I didn't take all this recoil, but sometimes you got to make sure you get the KO,
There it is. Okay.
See if it's Rocky Helmet.
It is Rocky
Helmet. Yeah, it's going to be a
lot
lot
of high horsepowers, is that the play? Will he kill? I don't think so. I think this is Trick Room. But we'll see.
Yeah, I think he needs to get Trick Room up here. Yep, there it is.
Okay.
So now that Trick Room's up, we get to play...
There's Scrafty.
To play the yawn game, fake out game, all that good stuff.
If it's Scrafty, what do we do? Which it is.
Then we have Scrafty. Well, they got fake out pressure, but we have inner focus on the Umbreon, so I'm not too worried about that. I don't want to let Koraidon pick up I don't want to let the Calyrex pick up the KO. I think here...
We are Terrifier at the moment.
That's true. I wouldn't mind switching out into Rillaboom here with the Koraidon and going for the... That's all right. We're not going to threaten much with Grassy Guard. Let's switch out into the Rillaboom here.
Okay.
And we have to be really intentional with our yawn target. I think we got to target the Calyrex. Just try to force it off the field. If we take... he might protect and Drain Punch into the Umbreon, but if that's the case, we take multiple Drain Punches, and then this next turn we have Fake Out pressure. So it'll be okay. Here's
going to be the Calyrex here.
Yeah, I mean, I knew this thing was going to Terra. The question is what? Let's see if it's fire or water.
It is fire.
It is the fire. Okay. Make Sandy Shocks good in the end game if we can stall this Trick Room out. Earth Power is good into everything we got left. Coaching Scrafty. Okay. Good yawn. Good yawn.
Okay.
So I guess
plus one though.
It's just that naturally book.
Oh boy.
Sure.
All right, Rillaboom. Nice knowing you. Oh.
Super effective. Okay, and this is the last turn of... is it?
Of Grassy Terrain, yeah. Not Trick Room, though.
Grassy Terrain, yeah. Not Trick Room, no, not Trick Room. What about the Sun? My question.
There, that was the last turn.
It is. Okay, great. Perfect. So now we can bring Koraidon just protect.
Which I will do.
Bring in the Koraidon. Check with that, and then let's Moonlight with the Umbreon. See if he goes to sleep with Calyrex. He goes to sleep.
All right. Now he does have a Scrafty here. Does he outspeed the Umbreon? I actually don't know that speed here.
I really do not. I think they're pretty similar. Umbreon's 65. I think Scrafty is a little slower, so he's probably going to outslow it. Let's Moonlight with that. But if he switches in the Bolt, then he loses a lot of the... switching in Bolt actually would not be great. So I guess the call here is, do we want to just hard switch into Shocks and expect Calyrex? I'm fine with this play. We're
I think he just goes for the kill and switches. Oh, he's switching.
Withdraws the Scrafty.
Wow.
Okay. I get it though, because now Draco Meteor is in position to do a lot of damage.
It is. All right.
I think he'll just Glacial Lance here.
All right, we're gonna protect here. See what Calyrex does. He is quote unquote +2 now. I think he just wants to pick up the Umbreon.
Yeah,
here.
it's the Lance. Yep. Makes sense.
Alright, Umbreon didn't get to do anything.
Nah, rip. I mean, it got the yawn off, which was good. So
oh yeah, that is true. So the Calyrex does go to sleep, quote unquote.
Yeah.
There's that.
No, I gotta say, I was not familiar with the Scrafty's game though. I did not expect coaching, and that let the Glacial Lance be an easy 2KO on the Umbreon, which is tough. So now I think our out here is a little Draco Meteor miss act. So we'll play to that. Let's just double the Calyrex with Collision Course and Earth Power. If we get lucky and we dodge Draco, then we'll be in business.
Okay, we're gonna go. We don't have really much of a choice. Calyrex does fall asleep. He tries to protect it. Raging Bolt. It is gonna be straight Thunderbolt. Do we live this?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, we live on 8.
We do, yeah. We're pretty bulky.
Oh boy, is this the turnaround?
Boom.
That did nothing.
That's crazy. Yeah, it did nothing.
All right, Earth Power. That did nothing either. Well, no, it did enough.
Yeah, they knocked off the Life Orb.
One turn of Trick Room.
Now we just got to call Witchmon the Raging Bolt targets. Let's just attack with the Koraidon. Let's attack into the Bolt with Collision Course. And let's protect the Sandy Shocks.
Oh, you think he expects our protect on the Koraidon?
I'm imagining. I think either way, we're just going to have to kind of get lucky here with a call.
I think he just clicks Thunderclap here, but let's see what he does.
We could just click Thunderclap. Yep.
That would be the easy play. Okay.
Right.
Does it come out? Oh,
the Calyrex
bro.
wakes up and protect. Or Glacial Lances. Whatever.
Unfortunate.
One turn sleep. It is what it is. Yep. I was right. He didn't Thunderclap. So.
He did not. He did not need to.
Nope.
Alright, well, Trick Room is over, but listen, the Raging Bolt can't hit us. Calyrex does have a protect on the field. Oh, there's the Draco Meteor. Alright, there's the miss.
Yeah, well, it's not specs, I guess. No, I think. I think we can probably. Or I mean, I'm actually interested to see how much Earth Power does in the Bolt here, instead of try to discern what item it is, if it is the Assault Vest or not.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have the Life Orb right now. Yeah, that should be Assault Vest. Should be Assault Vest Bolt right there.
And the Scrafty's just bulky.
I kind of didn't respect the Scrafty with coaching. I assumed it was a Assault Vest set with maybe like Fake Out, Snarl, Knockoff, Brain Punch, that sort of thing. But coaching is.
Alright, so folks, now we're in the Pokepaste section of the video where now we get to talk with Sam about how exactly did he build this Koraidon squad. So Sam, once again, thanks for joining us. So, tell us, how did you come up with the Sandy Shocks and the Umbreon ideas here to support the Koraidon?
Yeah, well, like you said, it all revolves around supporting the Koraidon. I kind of wanted to build around Koraidon since the single restricted format was announced for no other reason than that I owned a Scarlet version. Okay. And the new legends are always pretty powerful, so I wanted to try to give it a try. And the first Koraidon team that really kind of jumped out to me that had some real success was Kenneth Tiralo's team from the Puerto Rico special event. So shout out to Kenepa for building that team. And that had the Gholdengo, it had the Koraidon, and it had the Rillaboom. And I think the other 3 members of that team were Walking Wake, Tornadus, and Incineroar.
Yep.
So I knew going in that Koraidon's biggest matchup problem straight away was Calyrex-Ice, and I was really intrigued by how the Gholdengo that he brought was really useful into that matchup with the immunity to Spore and the ability to kind of set up these nasty plots against Calyrex and try to deal a lot of damage. The other cool thing from his team was the spread on the Koraidon. It was very bulky, had a lot of investment in special defense, wasn't super speedy, had a few EVs in the attack and in adamant nature, kind of like the one that I ended up bringing, and then a lot in HP, kind of helps mitigate that Flare Blitz recoil. So I knew that was kind of the Koraidon build that I wanted to try to build around. And so I ended up starting with the Koraidon, the Rillaboom, and the Gholdengo. So we'll go to the Gholdengo because that's kind of the secondary damage dealer. Its stab types are really complementary with Koraidon. Koraidon can force a lot of Terra Fairies and Terra Ghosts, and Gholdengo can naturally take advantage of that. It's also immune to Spore, which is a big deal because something like the Terra Fire Amoongus could be really annoying to deal with. So Gholdengo just being able to sit in front of that and kind of, boost up and become threatening was really nice. The biggest tech for my Gholdengo, as you'll notice, is the Grassy Seed. I really like that because a lot of those Calyrex-Ice teams have the Incineroar. You saw it in that battle where the opponent brought Urshifu Rapid, Incin, Pelipper, and Caly-Ice.
Yep.
And that Terra Water Gholdengo with Grassy Seed was just untouchable the whole battle. So with the Grassy Seed boost the defense, makes it so that high horsepower from Calyrex will not 2KO after the Grassy Seed, after the Grassy Terrain recovery. It makes it so that knockoff doesn't trouble you, especially if you Terra Water. And if you do that Terra Water, then Flare Blitz really doesn't bother you at all. And nothing coming out from the Calyrex-Ice really touches you either. So you just really get to sit in front of those teams and plot up with the fake out support from the Rillaboom. And the speed there is to outspeed Pelipper, which is one of Koraidon's least favorite matchups. So just being able to outspeed and take it out or bring it down to its stash with the +2 Shadow Ball, something that's really useful on this team. And then the final mon of the original core of 3 is that Rillaboom. You'll notice a really strong physical defense leaning. That's to survive a Glacial Lance at full health. Being able to know that and just be able to sit in front of Calyrex, click Fake Out, kind of call their bluff, say, hey, I know you want to click Trick Room. You can click Trick Room, but then my Rillaboom will still be at full. And if you click Glacial Lance, you don't get the KO, and you're still not in Trick Room. And with the Assault Vest, it still has enough special bulk to take the hits it needs from things like Miraidon and Caly-Shadow. You're not going to avoid, 2 KOs from boosted Astral Barrages like some other Rillaboom spreads will. You're not going to start, doing a ton of damage with Grassy Glide since it doesn't have a ton of attack investment. But for this team, I think having that defensive focus is really nice. And then the Koraidon spread, finally, of the core 3, the speed is enough. Initially, I just wanted to outspeed Mienshao, and I threw in another point because I played some Iron Treads on ladder and got destroyed by a speed tie. The HP, again, really good for mitigating Flare Blitz recoil. And then with the defense, lives Glacial Lance from full health most of the time if you don't Terra, although I think it's at 81% of the time it'll live, although most of the time you are going to be Terra Firing this thing. And with the special defense, it lives 2 Astral Barrages or a single +2 Astral Barrage. That's really important because you need the confidence to get that Flame Charge boost up so you can start threatening Calyrex. And with Sun Up and Terra Fire, this thing has ridiculous calcs. It'll just, Flare Blitz and take out any, Terra Fire Flare Blitz will take out any Calyrex even through Friend Guard. That Collision Course is really nice into Terrapagos. One of the reasons I really wanted to run Koraidon was that I thought Terapagos might pick up after the Calyrex-Shadow having some success. And if you're in the right position, you know, if you've got Stun Up and the Terapagos doesn't have Terra Shell or it's already been Terra'd, Collision Course is just an easy, clean one-shot. And I didn't want to have to worry about, you know, chipping away on these Terapagos and firing off Terra Star Storms, you know. I just wanted to click the button and be done with it. So that's kind of the first 3 that I brought in. The 4th mon I added was Flutter Mane. I wanted... I don't love using Tornadus. It's just not really who I am as a player. And I have a hard time clicking Bleak Wind Storm. But that said, I wanted some sort of speed control. Max speed Flutter with booster energy and Focus Sash. And then that Icy Wind. That's really going to act as good speed control, especially with that Flame Charge synergy. Moonblast is Moonblast. It's mandatory on Flutter.
Yep.
And I went with Shadow Ball over something like Taunt or D-Gleam. Just because, one, I wanted to capitalize on any like Terra Ghost that Koraidon was forcing. And also opposing Flutter Mane can be kind of annoying. And with the Terra Stellar and the Shadow Ball, you can one-shot just about any of those as long as they don't either have Stash or Terra themselves. So that was a cool like interaction. I never really came up in my runs, but it was something that I knew I could fall back on if there was another Flutter that I really wanted to clear out of the way. So it was nice to have that. And yeah, now we'll get into the fun stuff unless you have any kind of questions about the first 4 mons that I chose.
Oh no, those are pretty standard. Let's get into the sauce.
Yeah, so once I had the first 4, I started kind of looking at how I matched up into a lot of common archetypes and what kind of mons I would want to have against them. And of course, first and foremost is always Calyrex-Ice, always thinking about that. I wanted something that could eat a Glacial Lance or 2. I wanted something that could really make Calyrex-Ice awkward, either threaten it with a lot of damage or, you know, put it to sleep or, you know, do something disruptive. And I wanted something else that was good into Amoongus because you can never have too much Amoongus counterplay. So basically, I started with Incineroar because it naturally checks all those boxes, and having Fake Out's always good. But yeah, so I was gonna have Incineroar in that slot, and that was how I started my testing. But I don't know, it just didn't feel totally smooth. There was another ground weakness, and I was Terra firing Koraidon a lot. You know, it felt like it was one Calyrex-Ice predict away from just being in a irredeemable hole. And so I decided to throw an Umbreon out there. I know that Umbreon plus Sun has done pretty well in the past. Inner Focus is fantastic in a metagame with so much Fake Out. Foul Play did what I wanted to of threatening Calyrex. The EVs let me, you know, take 2 Glacial Lances without worrying too much. And then initially I had Taunt in the last move slot and Leftovers to try to get like extra recovery and still threaten Amoongus, but Yawn is just such a good move.
Yeah.
Really forces things out or forces them to take a sleep. It forces, you know, if a Calyrex gets a boost, all of a sudden there's a really awkward decision to make of whether it wants to keep the boost or whether it wants to fall asleep. And then you can take advantage of a lot of those passive turns by just recovering 2/3 of your health with Moonlight, which is just absolutely fantastic. And Safety Goggles let me really work around Amoongus in those matchups. So, you know, I could foul play a Calyrex or I could yawn it, even if it was next to Amoongus and I wouldn't really care. And naturally, Umbreon's great into the other Calyrex too. It's just ridiculously specially bulky, 95, 130, with a Calm Nature and that special defense investment. Easily lives, you know, +2 Terra Fairy Draining Kiss, and the Astro Barrages just kind of tickle. Can get around redirection with Snarl, so unless they have like a Covert Cloak, it's really annoying into that. And it's also just great into Terapagos, where if you want some more, you know, you can't resist the move, so you just gotta throw out as much special bulk as possible. And Umbreon with that bulk and the immunity to Fake Out can either yawn it, or if it has, you know, an item that prevents, or sorry, it can Snarl it, or if it has an item that prevents the Snarl, you can just throw out a yawn and, you know, force it into those difficult decisions. So Umbreon ended up working really nicely, just kind of as another defensive backbone, able to restore a bunch of health and just be disruptive. And then finally, the last slot, Initially, it was a Walking Wake. I just kind of used Kenneth's team inspiration for that. Does a lot of damage in Sun, gets the speed boost, has Life Orb. You can never have too much anti-Incineroar damage, so Hydro Steam was fantastic for that. But I was having some problems into a couple mons, namely Miraidon, where I could just kind of spam electric moves and Volt Switch, and even though I had the terrain advantage, they could kind of just wear me down with that constant switching. I didn't really have a great way to threaten them back, especially if they Terra Electric to get out of that Moonblast weakness. And then also, opposing Tornadus were really difficult. They would set Tailwind, and if they had Rain Dance, then Koraidon couldn't threaten them too much. If I had to divert my Flutter Mane into using Moonblast into that slot, then I risk losing my Sash for just a little bit of chip. So I was having trouble with that mon, and Hydro Steam doesn't do much better than a Moonblast into it. So I began thinking, what mon can really cover both of those bases, and I found that Sandy Shocks can get that Protosynthesis speed boost. It's a ground type, so it's immune to Volt Switch, which is incredible into Miraidon, and then it can just threaten it back. Earth Power, it's a coin flip to KO just from full, but even just that threat is huge, and a Miraidon doesn't want to risk taking all of its health in one turn. And then into Tornadus, you can just threaten to OHKO it with Volt Switch, depending on how bulky it is. But then if they set Tailwind that turn, they go down. And it's Terra Water to help into the Kyogre matchup, so that it can live whatever the Kyogre throws, and then threaten the Torn. And getting Torn out of the way is really big in enabling Koraidon to set that Sun, keep it up, and deal that big Fire type damage that it wants to. So yeah, Sandy Shocks ended up checking those boxes for me, and it ended up doing a lot better than anything else that I had tried in that slot before. I tried some more defensive options. My team builder is full of random stuff like a Garganackle.
I like that one.
And just it's cool. Wide Guard's not bad, but I was really looking for another offensive option, and of course, Earth Power still threatens Incineroar, which is a big thing that I wanted from that slot as well.
Yeah, I don't think you could do Umbreon and Garganacl. I think that's a little too passive, and
I completely agree.
Yeah, I think an aggressive option was the correct call there. And yeah, you did try Walking Wake, like you said. Not bad, but a little bit better. Looks like is, in fact, the Sandy Shocks. Photosynthesis, ground electric typing is quite unique. Again, like you said, Incineroar drops. And then you get that ground typing from Miraidon, which is running around. So that's good there. So lots of pieces. Again, what I also wanted to highlight is you didn't find the answer in one day. You had to try a couple things first. So, as the saying goes, before you succeed, you must first learn to fail, right? So you had to, find and test a little bit, and, maybe go through a couple options before you said, nope, I'm throwing this out the window. And then finally, you get the mon that you think is the best fit for that last and final slot, and usually that's how it is in VGC team building. You've got your core 4, maybe even 5, but that last and 6th slot, or those last 2 slots, are just patching up different matchups that maybe the other 4 just can't really deal with. Yeah, would you say so?
Oh, absolutely. I think the biggest key when you're using niche mons, and it's actually pretty counterintuitive, in order to use your niche mons and figure out which ones work, you have to figure out kind of what your core's strengths are, right? Because in this case, I knew what I wanted to do with my Koraidon, Rillaboom, Gholdengo, Flutter, right? And then it's about kind of figuring out which matchups you want to patch up, and then what tools would I like to have in this matchup, and then you try to find the mons that that fill in those roles. And it was absolutely not a linear process. I was just looking through some of the other things I put in. I tried Entei, Ditto, Ogerpon, Hearthflame. I tried replacing the Flutter with a Regieleki at one point. It's just a lot of kind of mix and match, seeing what works for you. And I kind of stumbled upon Sandy Shocks, not too long before the tournament. And as soon as I made, I think it was the Sandy Shocks Umbreon pairing, because Sandy Shocks plus Incin didn't feel that great. I tried it like for 2 games, and that was an automatic no for me. And so that kind of put Sandy Shocks back at the bottom of the list. But then once I made the switch from Incin to Umbreon and brought Sandy Shocks back, then I was like, wait a minute, like, this feels stronger. We might have something here. So you're absolutely right. It's certainly not linear. But then once you do kind of figure out something that works for you, it can be really fun. And in this case, it paid off.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, well, thanks for the explanations, and I'm sure our viewers are gonna appreciate that and understand just how long and just how, yeah, like I said, like how long it takes to build that quote unquote final squad. And sometimes it's not even final. It's just, okay, tournament tomorrow, I have no time left, and I'm just gonna bring this based on what I've tested so far. Maybe later on I'll tweak it, but for now, this is what it is. So, folks, let's bring you into the rental so you two can try out Sam's Sandy Shocks Umbreon squad. All right, folks, so there it is. Try the rental. Give it a try. Let's see how you do with Sandy Shocks and Umbreon. And, feel free to comment and tell us your results. But, Sam, thanks again for joining us on the channel. Is there anything about the team that you would change right now in hindsight of the tournament?
Yeah, I think so. My day two run featured plenty of Calyrex-Ice. I think it was like 25% of the pool. I was 1 and 2. I mean, you're playing the best players in the world, and you've got a restricted that has a very suboptimal win rate into that. So, I wasn't too distressed about how it ended. But one of the biggest difficulties of those teams is a lot of them had a dark Urshifu instead of a water Urshifu. That made it really tough for my Gholdengo mode to get going. Because even if I got the Grassy Seed boost, they could just crit me through the boost and threaten an Oko unless I Terra, and even if I Terra, it's a clean 2-hit KO. So maybe changing the Terra on the Gholdengo to something like Fairy could be a little bit useful, just because I don't really need the Terra Water at the beginning to get away from the Calyrex-Ice. And then also, I mean, the Terra on the Umbreon never really came up. I'd say a good like 85 to 90% of the time using this team. I used the Terra on the Koraidon just because Terra Fire Koraidon is incredible, and I feel like Terra-ing your restricted is a lot of times the best way to get the most value out of it. But there are definitely some choices. Maybe I never really played like a Regidrago team or anything like that, but against something like that, maybe Terra Fairy Umbreon would be good. But that's all hindsight. I think I was definitely happy with how the team came together, and I think it's definitely a lot of fun to play. It's not. I also think it really suits my style. I'm a lot more of a kind of controlled offense player. Like, I like to hit with big moves, but I also like to kind of move around defensive pieces. Rillaboom is my MVP. It got me the vast majority of my points this season, so no surprise that it's on this team. But that's kind of how I like to build my teams, and that's how this team functions. My advice to anybody using it is to just to try to position the Koraidon in places to do big damage. Get that speed boost if you need it with Flame Charge, and if they've got like a Trick Room mode or some disruption, then that's where a lot of the niche picks on this team can really shine. Whether it's the Umbreon avoiding Fake Out, or the Gholdengo ignoring Spore, or even the Sandy Shocks, being really useful into something like a Raging Bolt.
Yeah, I do like the way the squad was constructed, and I think very minimal changes in hindsight are okay, but like as far as like a 6, I think this is like a really good way to go about it. So thanks again, Sam, for sharing. And folks, we're gonna continue on. We're still bringing on more teams, more niche mons. So hopefully you stay tuned. All right, Sam, before we bid adieu, is there anyone else that you want to shout out?
Yeah, of course. I mean, definitely shout out to all my folks in New England who supported me through NAIC. I think it was one of my highlights of not only the past year, but maybe even of my life. Getting that Worlds qualification and everybody being able to celebrate with everyone. So thanks to everybody who made that moment special. Also, I saw you dropped a video with a Ploppy a couple days ago. I've team built with him in the past. We built a pretty cool Rillaboom Roaring Moon team together for my before my first regional of this season in Pittsburgh. So I'll give a little shout out to him as well.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, we just had that team, like you said. And now the other thing I do want to say is I lost my train of thought, but that's okay. That's okay. All right. So folks, again, like I said, here's the rental. Give it a go. Let us know how you do. We'll be back with another video in the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.